A lot of people view the start of a relationship as a really uncomfortable time, and that's what we're going to be talking about. People get really nervous about asking someone out, or you get nervous about when is he going to ask me out, and then once that's over with, now you got to start thinking about the first date. And this all could be either a really stressful time because of all the pressure, or you can turn that pressure and make it into something really exciting. In a lot of ways, getting into a relationship is like getting a job you really want. There's a lot of pressure going up to the interview and then during the interview. And then if you're successful and you get hired, then that's an amazing feeling. You feel on top of the world, and the adrenaline from that is great. And then you start your job and it goes one of two ways. Worst case scenario, it doesn't match your expectations and you don't enjoy working there, so you quit. In that case, that great feeling of success you got when you got hired was the highlight of that job. But then the other scenario is you get offered the job, and then as you work there, you start to really love the job and love what you do. And it only gets better. That's how a job is similar to a relationship. It sounds crazy, I know, but if you get that beautiful yes when you ask someone out that you like, then you're feeling like you are the man. And then once you start developing that relationship, it either only gets better and you guys get serious, or it only gets worse and you guys quit. But here's the thing though, in either scenario, best case or worst case, you get a killer feeling when you ask him or her out and they say yes. So that right there is incentive enough to ask someone out. Not to mention, hey, if the relationship works out and you're both great together, then you just started a great life with someone just by asking them out on a date. So just go for it. There's a lot of different ways you can ask someone out on a date. There's no set rule. Here's the number one thing that you do have to do though. Whether you ask the person out over text, in person, over FaceTime, whatever you do, you have to use the word date. You can't say, hey, would you like to hang out with me? Or asking them, would you like to go to dinner with me? Or do you want to grab a meal together? Or we should go get coffee together. Are you free tomorrow? All of these are great, except they don't actually ask the person out on a date. You did the hard part of asking them, but it really doesn't go anywhere if you don't say the crucial word, date. Even if it's clear you both like each other, it only adds confusion to your guys' relationship because she doesn't know if when she gets coffee with you, if that's a date, and you don't know if she knows that you meant it as a date. So it just makes it a hell of a lot easier for everyone by asking them out saying, would you like to go out on a date with me and get coffee together? Or just ask them, would you like to go out on a date with me? And then decide later if you're gonna get coffee or a meal or whatever. The one exception to this is if you're a woman and you don't wanna ask him out on a date. You want him to ask you out on a date. So if you like him and you're not sure if he likes you back since he hasn't asked you out, you can ask him, hey, would you like to get together and study sometime? Without using the word date. And guys out there, pay attention. And if a woman asks you something like that, where she wants to spend private time with just you, then start thinking more about your interactions with her to see if she likes you. And if she likes you and she's asking you to do that kind of stuff, then either take the hint and ask her out or don't spend that private time with her. But if you think she likes you, then don't lead her on by hanging out with her alone. There's no reason to. Okay, so getting down to actually asking someone out, there's a lot of ways to do this. One of the easiest ways is first to initiate a connection with her over something that you're both interested in, and then develop a familiarity with her, and then when you've got a chance, ask her if she'd like to go out with you. Super low pressure and easy. I did this once and it worked like clockwork. It was incredible. It was this one girl who liked me and I didn't know it, and I thought we were just casual friends, but then at a party we were both at, I could tell she was making an effort to talk to me and get my attention, and I was like, shit, I think she likes me. And I told my friend who was with me that I thought that, and he said, no way. But then he started watching our interactions at the party and how she would try and get my attention. He was like, John, you're right. So I started talking to her more that night and then asked for a number. And then the next day I texted her and asked her what she was up to, and she said that she was just studying. So I saw my opening and I took it. I was just in my dorm room hanging out, but I told her that I was studying in the classroom and asked her if she wanted to study with me. And she said, yeah, absolutely. So I ran out of my dorm and I got a classroom before she got there. Then we hung out together for an hour and didn't do much studying before I asked her if she'd like to go out on a date with me. And she told me she'd love to. And then boom, we set it up. That one was probably the best execution that I've ever done. I asked for a number on a Friday night. Then on Saturday, I asked her out in person for a date. And then Sunday, we went out. It was great. But don't expect for the execution to go according to plan. It almost never does. Before I quit my old job, I saw this attractive woman who would always smile at me when I was walking by. And you know, sometimes you can feel that connection. You're not sure if she likes you or if she just likes you as a friend, but you feel that connection. And that's what I felt with her. So I decided to go out and ask her for a date. So the day I decided to get up that courage to just do it, right before my shift was over, I went up to her and started making small talk and then asked her if she knew of any great places to eat after work. Because my idea was that she would come up with one and then I would ask her out to go there. Super simple, right? Well, when I asked her that, she said she never really goes out to eat around here after work or anything, and then started brainstorming places to eat. And the whole plan was just crumbling before my eyes. And so I had to save it. And so I just came out and told her, you know, I was actually asking you because I'd love to take you out to dinner. And I just popped the question. Well, it turns out someone else had already popped the question to her. Literally. Because when I asked her that, she showed me her ring finger and told me she was married. And my face just went blank. I was thinking, oh shit. And so I recovered by saying, oh, I just meant as friends, not as a date. Because I'd never actually used the word date when I asked her out. So she said, oh, okay, well, then I'd love to have dinner with you. And thankfully the awkwardness went away. But then later I realized, what the hell am I doing? Now I'm going out to dinner with a married woman just as friends. Like, what is going on right now? So it all turned out fine. And now she and I are just friends. But just know, things rarely go according to plan. So prepare yourself for anything to happen. And don't forget to check her ring finger first to see if she's married. All right, guys. Well, I hope you liked the stories I had. And I want to hear your stories too in the comments. So let me know. Whatever you do though, if you like someone, figure out a way to ask them out and just go for it. You're going to get a great feeling if they say yes. And it's not so bad if they say no. You just got to shoot your shot, and most people respect that. Okay, so next video, we're going to be talking about the secret to making people love you. It's going to be a really good one, so we'll see you then. In the meantime, get out there and go rock it. You're probably thinking, okay, this guy's cool and everything, but why should I follow him? Well, let me tell you why. A, do you want to have fun? B, do you want to have more confidence? And C, do you want to achieve your goals? Whether it's a great job, go out on more dates, or just have better conversations with people. Well, if your answer is yes to all those things, then you're basically saying yes to subscribing. So if you want to rock it, subscribe it first. I see you. I'm not going away until you hit subscribe. All right, I'm actually going away now. See you next video, guys.